All right, man. Let's talk about, do the Lions roster have any causes for concerns? And don't forget, you'll have some more guys get cut. I think it's the post June 1st cuts. Still got some guys out there: Xavier, Howard, ODB. I don't really know who all. Tyler Boyd. I mean, um, Stephon Gilmore. Even though we don't need DBs, I'm just naming guys out there. When I look at the roster, I mean, causes for concern or opportunities to step up and develop is the question, because when you talk about that pass rush, especially on the inside, it's really going to boil down to development. Will Anazorki finally be able to bounce back from the back injury, or is it time to retire? I think people tired of waiting on him, but people need to understand is nobody, that back surgery I read that he recovering from, nobody's ever came back from that back surgery and been productive. You can go to Shaq Leonard. He had the back surgery and he been a shell of himself. He ain't been the same player since he had that back surgery. Other guys was forced to retire and never play again. So, I mean, you just go back to drafting broken up players. It's just killing Brad Holmes. That's the only thing that's really killing his drafting. And Christian Baymore, or the Patriots, he just got a new deal. And Anazorki, he's sitting here and most people think, hey, get rid of this guy, man. He need to go retire. He can't even get on the field, and he get on the field, he can't stay on the field. So you drafted a guy with a severe back injury. I mean, red flags, man. It's like Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons had a serious back injury, right? Ben Simmons had a serious back injury, right? After sitting out a whole season. He ain't been right since. Levi Nazorki sat out a whole college season and came into the draft with a serious back injury. Just remember that correlation. If a guy coming off a season in which he didn't participate in the sport and he got a back injury, stay the hell away from him. Stay away from him. So really, your pass rush on the inside is really banking on Wingo, Anazorki, and whatever Pascal can give you inside. And I mostly see him rushing on the outside. So Wingo and Anazorki is who they could be depending on to get a pass rush. But really, you depending on Wingo. Anazorki, man, they just need to cut their losses and get rid of his ass. Like, he need to go retire. Go do whatever finish his degree, and go get a 9-to-5 and go start a business. On the edge, is it a cause for concern? I mean, last year you didn't get nothing. You didn't get nothing last year from them guys. Charles Harris, Romeo, Julian. And they all gone. Romeo retired. Julian in Philadelphia. Charles Harris, who knows what he doing. Probably picking strawberries in Oxnard, California. So now, you bring in Kaminsky, who's solid. He's a good depth guy. Can play a little bit inside, mostly outside. You got Pascal, can play inside, outside. When he does play, he makes some big plays in that Kansas City game. He makes some big plays, I believe, in the playoffs, stopping the run. He's exceptional in penetrating and stopping the run. As far as a pass rusher, I ain't seen it yet. But as far as stopping the run and penetration, he's really, really good at that. But he can't stay on the fucking field. He was injured his whole college career. He can't stay on the goddamn field. So, excuse my language. So then you start talking about Marcus Davenport, another guy with a hellified athletic ability his whole career. Can't stay on the field. Can't stay healthy. James Houston, he had a little hiccup, but he more of a situational rusher. They trying to get him to be more of a 2 or 3 down, 3-down linebacker. So he developing in situational pass rush situations. You probably say, Pascal to stop the run and run situations. It's James Houston to rush the passer and possibly drop. So right then and there, yeah, there are cause for concerns when you start talking about pass rusher, who gonna step up and be the complete pass rusher. You would hope for it to be, if Marcus Davenport and Pascal can stay healthy, it's probably gonna be one of them. And Josh Pascal and James Houston is a situational guy. Kaminsky is just that all-purpose dog who can stop the run and get after the passer. So, pass rush is still a cause for concern. Obviously, they find ways to manufacture it. F.A. Melifanu became a great blitzer. And I just really think, other than that, defensively, that's it. I like what they doing at linebacker. Jack Campbell's probably going to step in full-time at some point and be your middle linebacker. Alexoni has been playing really, really well since he got here. Derek Barnes, he's been playing well outside of the whiff on Dak Prescott. I mean, and that happened for a reason. They lost in the playoffs, so everything happened for a reason. So Green Bay beat us. We lost to them. We got robbed, and then they got jacked up by Green Bay in the playoffs. You know, we ended up having a second playoff home game. So, hey, it worked out. You know, like I said, you know, I be telling people, man, everything happened for a reason. Sometimes we don't know why. You know, sometimes a bad thing or something that stop you may be stopping you from doing something that may end your life or may put you in a bad position. Now, I remember I was supposed to go out one year for my birthday or whatever, and I just fell asleep. Shit, I'm like, man, that probably wasn't even meant for me to go out for my birthday. So I always look at it situations like that. Everything happened for a reason. So, but other than that, I mean, the only other cause for concern defensively is just how well the back end is going to gel. There's going to be a lot of competition back there as well too. So, is it going to be some salty veterans who become salty because they're not going to play? Is it going to be some guys that confident get shot? I mean, Ragshaw, Terrion, Amick, Carlton. You know, you got Melifanu who can play some corner. You got Vitor who started at corner last year. So you got a Brian Burns who can play some safety and obviously nickelback. So you got hellified competition. It's going to be a lot of moving and shaking around that secondary, and hopefully, you know, they can find a combination that's going to work for them. And then once they find that combination of defensive backs, and hopefully they gel and they all continue to go on in the same direction. So competition to be good, but you know, Carlton Davis, hopefully I'm saying his name right, for the Bucks. He fighting for a contract. Amick got a 2-year deal. He was getting mad when they somebody bringing other corners in. So at the end of the day, it's a lot of competition. I think Ragshaw is going to be more that Gardner Johnson, Melifanu, safety / corner / nickelback. You know, so it's a lot of competition in there, man. It's a lot of depth, and hopefully they find the right combination, because also you got Kirby Joseph with the hip. So he's going to take some time getting back as well, too. So, you know, and then you talking about offensively, it's just really outside the hashes. Teams are going to break down what they did well offensively. Obviously, you know, they're going to look at ways to stop Laporta and stop St. Brown and stop the run. So then what do we counter? What is the counter to that? Is it going to be going with 2 tight ends and looking to get a Mitchell or a Zestra or a Brock Wright involved in the passing game? Is it going to be now we got to start putting the game plan in for Jameson Williams, so teams to start worrying about Jameson or Donovan Peoples-Jones on the outside? Do we bring in another receiver to help dominate and get depth on the outside? How do we get our receivers the ball outside the hashes? Or is it St. Brown now going to have to be the number 1 receiver? He got to play more on the outside, and we're going to put Jamo on the inside and see what we can do there. So it's going to be interesting to see how they manufacture or how they produce outside the hashes and how more creative they get, because not being able to produce, you know, big positive plays and any positive plays outside the hashes is the only thing that's holding this thing apart. It's having a receiver that can line up on the outside and I don't have to move him to get him a free release. He can win off the line of scrimmage and get a free release and beat the coverage. So that's the only question I got offensively, and how much more creative and more plays can they continue to call so teams don't get the drop on them offensively, because they gunning to how to stop what they doing offensively. And then also, this is just a bonus, is the issues with them coming out out of halftime, starting slowly offensively. They need to fix that. I don't know if that's going to be coming out in hurry up, if that's going to be coming out in more run plays, or that's going to be coming out more aggressive. You know, just a little caveat there. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.